Hello, everybody! We are here in the new update on Cantermain Shilling Stimulants. That's right, we are talking about coffee today, because coffee increases your reload time. It is the only combat drug in Northwind that increases your reload time, and it's very fucking good. So if you have a Whitworth, which is very good, you should try one, and if you have a Jezzail, okay, these weapons have crazy reloads. The Whitworth is 17 seconds, the Jezzail is 20, okay? You can cut off some 25-30% of that reload just by drinking a cup of coffee. Okay, the Whitworth, which takes 17 normally, is down to like 12.5 seconds. It's crazy good. Okay, so strong recommend in terms of combat drugs. It's very easy. All you do, you take your coffee, you hold it, you drink it. For the next 2.5 minutes, you have a fast reload. It is super good if you're a treasure hunter and you need to win those one-on-one PvP duels. It's super good in a faction fight. If you have a Jezzail, if you have a Whitworth, if you have a Blunder that takes a while to reload, definitely bring coffee with you. It's not even lootable, okay? So let's talk about how do you get coffee. First, you are going to want to master... where is it? Farming? That's right, farming. How did I forget this? I just did it. So this is the easiest profession to master, and it actually gives you decent income once you finish farming. So very simple. You're going to just buy whatever generic seeds you can buy at the start, which I don't remember what the first one is. It might be onions is the first seeds you can buy as a new player. You buy them, okay? You go to a shop like this. I would recommend doing it all in Cantermain. You're going to buy a hoe, okay? You're going to equip the hoe. You're going to get your onion seeds, okay? Buy as many as you need. We'll do one for now. You go outside. You're going to find any ground inside safe zone. You're going to till it, okay, which is just pressing like you would with any shovel. You do this, okay? Now you're going to equip your onion seed. You're going to take it out of the radial hotbar and just put it in the ground like so. Do this with some 40 plants, okay? And by the time you finish planting your 40th plant, your first one will basically be grown, and you can just ad infinitum harvest them, okay? So for example, by the time I finish planting that plant over there, this plant at the start would be grown, and so I just continue on in a cycle, gaining infinite XP very quickly. So you do that until you finish Novice. Novice gives you potatoes and onions. You do these two until you finish that, and you get Apprentice, tomatoes, corn, sweet potatoes. You farm these three, depending on what's in stock, until you get Adept. You farm these. I'd recommend beans, mostly. Wheat takes forever. Beans tend to be pretty good here. Till you get to Expert. Manure, ew. At Expert, I recommend sugarcane. If you can get these other two, they work too. And then you do that till you get Master. Master, you need coffee beans. That's how we're getting our coffee. So once you go here, you buy your coffee beans, okay? I already have coffee beans. I have 91. And so you're going to bring it over here. There's usually a plot cleared on Cantermain. Cantermain's good for growing. And you're going to plant it in the ground just like you would any other plants. And when you're done, you'll get a tree like this, okay? You then take coffee beans out of it, okay? This coffee seed produces coffee beans, okay? You buy the seed in there. Here you go. Now you have it. What you do with these coffee beans, you take them and you bring them over here to one of the general stores. I recommend Cantermain because it's nice and close. We're going to come over. We're going to do two things. First, we're going to buy a cup because we'll need to put it in a cup. We'll also want to buy a cooking pot and a campfire stand. I'll show you why in a second. So a cup, a cooking pot, and a campfire stand. We have fat. What are we going to remove? Perfect. We're going to come over to a oven, okay, culinary station, and we are going to make roasted coffee beans out of our coffee beans. This takes a little bit, especially if you have a lot of them, okay, and you should want to mass produce these because they last 72 hours. So we took our coffee beans from the plant and we made roasted coffee beans that look like this. We're then going to take our collection of roasted coffee beans. I did one, but you'll probably be doing dozens. And we're going to bring them outside safe zone. I am insured, thank God. We're going to bring them outside safe zone, and we're going to grind them into ground coffee, which we will then turn into our cup of coffee. So, first step, buy the seeds. Second step, put them in the field. Third step, grow them. Fourth step, cook them. Fifth step, grind them up in here. And sixth step will be turn it into coffee, add what we'll make in just a second. So right now we're going to grind them up at the mill. Keep in mind you can only do all of this with master farming. You need master farming unless you want to just, I guess, buy the coffee beans directly, although at that point I think you probably need master in cooking and master and some other bullshit. A lot of things require master, unfortunately. This is an end game thing, but when you do, it's very, very good. And both cooking and farming are the easiest professions to master. It only takes like 4 hours farming, maybe 5 hours maximum, depending on how good you are at the game. And then cooking is probably 4 or 5 hours as well. Very fast grinds, relatively speaking. So we have all of that. We have our ground coffee. It usually takes longer, so this is actually the one place you can be killed on this whole route. But we have our ground coffee. And what we're going to do now is get a tree. That'll work. We're going to get 3 logs because we are about to deploy a campfire stand to finish this process. Because we have our teacup and our ground coffee, and now we need to turn it into, eventually here, a stand. And so here we have a campfire stand, okay? And if you have the stand, you have the pot, and you have 3 logs, you can just make this, okay? So now we're going to light the fire, and you should have a water skin, by the way. These are just made at a tanning rack. Once you have the level, I think it's level 3, it's like Adaptive Apprentice. Once you have it, you walk over to a water source and fill it up at the... you just fill it up at the water source, and it looks like this when you fill it up. So now we're going to put the water in here. Perfect. Now there's water in it, and now we're going to wait for that water to boil. I see. We're going to wait for it to get boiling water. And now we're going to take the ground coffee we just got from the mill over there and combine it with this teacup that's empty once it's done boiling. It takes a little bit, maybe like 30 seconds to a minute. Now it's boiling. And now we make coffee. Now you'll do this, like spam it, you'll mass produce them, because that gives you basically a whole bunch of stimulants. And this will be good for 72 hours of in-game time, okay? They're like stims from Tarkov. So you'll take your coffee, you'll drink it right before a PvP encounter, and for the next 2.5 minutes, you have faster reload. Again, Whitworth is cut down from 17 to like 12.5. Holstein's from like... it's down to like 8, I think, from 10.5. It's very, very good. Giselle, even more so. Giselle probably loses like 6 or so seconds, and it makes these guns that are normally kind of cumbersome in close quarters very, very solid and competitive with the muskets. So strong recommend. This is a lot of setup work, I know, but it's worth it because coffee is unlootable and it can just sit in your inventory. As a bonus, if you want to just make very easy money, almost borderline idle AFK farming, just plant coffee beans, okay, and then harvest coffee beans like this guy back here is doing, and then turn them in for the coffee bean contract at Master. You'll get 270 every single time. It's really, really, really good. You'll probably get about, what, 1.2k an hour? Or 2 hours? Every 2 hours? So... I mean, there are better ways to make money, don't get me wrong, but this is a pretty stable, efficient way to do it, and you're doing it all inside save zone, almost idly, you know? All you have to do is plant a full field of these things, harvest them, and then every 30 minutes log in and turn in your contract. It's all done here on Cantermain, and the coffee seeds are right here to buy more. It's very efficient, and this area is always cleared for you, so... very good little idle money-making method. You know, you can sit in your chairs, or you can do this, which is much, much more efficient when it comes to idle money-making. That's all we've got today. Remember to pack up your campfire stand and everything once you're done with it, and I hope y'all learned something. Try out coffee. It is quite good and unlootable. There is no reason not to run coffee once you've unlocked it, and there's no reason not to make money this way once you can. So, thanks for watching. There'll be more content coming soon, because Northwind just got one hell of an update. Bye-bye now.